Guys, what's up?
Just completed the last day of camp. Excited for the season. 9 days. Oh, 8 days. 8 days. So.
What part of your defense that you feel like you guys kind of unearthed during this past camp that maybe you guys didn't know about before?
I want to say that we didn't know about it, but you know, our aggression and physicality, it's on another level right now, and we're really bringing back like the hard-hitting Pitt mentality that defense prior to us have had.
How have the young guys taken on that? You're one of the older guys. You guys, some of you can on, but there's a lot of sophomores in defense this year and getting a lot of reps.
Yeah, they're falling, just doing the same exact thing, and we feed off of them, they feed off of us. You know, they bring a lot of excitement to the defense as well. You know, that's the one thing. You know, the young guys have been making a lot of plays, and that makes the team and the defense so much better.
Keep getting that one aggression. You want to be the most aggressive defense, whatever. How does that actually play out on the field with guys that in this game that's going to make that possible?
I want to say defense and like schemes a little bit is different, but like just more of just being able to run to the ball. You know, when you have 11 guys running from sideline to sideline, that's just a different kind of aggression that you're going to get. And then obviously, you know, the constant hits on the offense. You know, you're coming through and hitting the quarterback. Obviously, we don't do that, but the hits on the quarterback are going to be major this year. And then, you know, and the tags on the receivers and running backs are always important. As many times you hit them, you know, that's going to wear and tear all the way to that fourth quarter. And you know, the more you hit them, the more they don't want to get hit. So.
Coach Marducci says. You get to hit a quarterback. Are you looking forward to the third time?
Oh yeah, really excited, yeah.
Coach Marducci says he feels like this year's team has been a little more businesslike and a little bit more serious than last year's team was. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I would say obviously our mentality of just being, we just went 3-9 last year, so you know, we obviously the lock in, the mentality that I feel like we were locked in last year, and we were all serious and everything. But like there's a you know, a bigger stance right now. You know, just from, you know, different rankings of people putting us at places, and like just we feel like we're disrespected right now, and we got a lot to prove this year. So obviously it's gonna be really serious.
What are some of the biggest things Corey has challenged you to do this year to build on last year and improve from last year?
Just continuing to work different little techniques that, you know, I need to work on, from you know, taking the extra steps in my tackles to, you know, to being like a more of a vocal leader on the team, just being able to, like, you know, talk to the defense, communicate, and then just little things from like cover standpoints and different techniques that we use.
How do you think you'll be a better player this year?
I'm just excited to do my job at the end of the day, and I think that's what's going to make me a better player, obviously, because you know, Sanders and Collins and all the coaches have pushed me to become better in my individual position. But yeah, I just want to do what it takes to win games this year.
You and Devon have a lot of experience. You guys are used to each other. You have chemistry. Cruz has been a star all throughout spring and fall camps here. How do you guys get all four of you on the field a lot this year, right? And how, if you guys are doing that, how does that benefit you guys' rotation?
That obviously there's major benefits in that. You know, Cruz is he's been killing it ever since he's been here. You know, he's a young cat that has a lot of excitement on the field and hits really hard. And there's going to be multiple different ways to get certain people on the field and different packages and everything. But I wouldn't be surprised if everyone's, you know, making plays and benefiting from that. So.
PJ told us he's sort of in this competition with Cruz of who can get most of those takeaway stickers.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you see out of those guys? How are they? I mean, it seems like their helmets are pretty much filled up.
Yeah.
What do you see out of those two guys? How have they been able to get the ball as much this camp?
Just being around the ball. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it's really important. If you look at previous safeties before that, like guys like, you know, Jordan Whitehead and people like that get by the ball. That's like just a major thing. You know, even if you're not even like getting the ball, but just being around it is really important at the end of the day. But they've been going through and killing it, you know, and Alan Bryant as well, the new safety who just came in. They all have so many takeaways, and I'm really excited for them. And you know, I hope that that's gonna translate to the end of the season, and hopefully everyone goes through and gets a lot of takeaways and does their thing.
Is it tougher for you in that boundary spot? Do you have less opportunities to get your hands on the ball?
It's just, I think it's dependent on like the offense that we're playing right now. Like just from the Pitt standpoint, obviously I think that the ball is going to be a lot closer this season, you know, because we're going to be winning games, making plays, so they're going to be forced to throw the ball a lot more. But I ain't really worried about the ball coming near me or whatever. I just want to, you know, do my job, make plays. But when it comes down to with our defensive rush and everything, the ball could be put anywhere. So it's whoever has the play makes the play.
You're in the boundary, PJ's the field. Where does Bruce and Javon fit in as far as that? Because, you know, if you're primarily playing the boundary, who comes in first for you? If you need a breather, who comes in first for PJ?
Oh, I think we're all really interchangeable. I'm primarily a boundary, and obviously PJ primarily free. But if Vaughn showed it last year, he goes through and kills it at both positions, especially free, boundary, and then obviously nickel if he needs it too as well. Cruz has gone through and played a lot of delta, so nickel as well, but boundary as well. So those are his two. He plays free too, so all of our safeties are really versatile at the end of the day. So you're going to see people in like all different positions and all around the play.
Last year the corners were the more experienced group. This year you guys are. How have you seen guys like Ryland and Rashad and Tamarian Crumpley grow over the course of training camp?
Just from just being comfortable. You know, those guys have always been ball players. You know, I think they could have been a big part of the defense last year. We just had older guys ahead of them. But just being able to be comfortable in the situation, they go through and I don't know if you guys know, but they wear like boxing gloves on their hands during practice, so like they don't have to hold people and they can really use their technique that Collins teaches them. But comfortable to being able to you know, obviously use their techniques in game and everything like that is going to be really exciting to see. But just being able to take communication and learning it, and they've been able to take that real well, because you know once you're in between those lines and it's loud, it's a lot harder to, you know, get communication, get checks and everything, and they've done really well with that. So I'm excited to see what that does for week 1.
Are you comfortable telling us who you're going to vote for captain? Are you comfortable telling us who you're going to vote for captain?
I keep that in house. So hopefully everyone.
Any last questions?
Pretty good.
Francis, Narduzzi's spoken about you a few times in terms of your growth over summer basketball camp. Maybe what have you seen for yourself in terms of how you improved your performances so far?
Yes, sir. I feel like I've been consistent. I've been consistently getting better. Of course, I still have a lot to improve on, you know, when it comes to keeping my feet going and stuff and not stopping my feet, especially in a run game. But I've been consistently striking people, getting extension, and I've been staying pretty low too, so, and keeping my gap pretty good. So that's what I've been doing consistent. But I got to keep on improving on that stuff and improving on the stuff that I'm not too good at right now.
Coach Randy, you said you're a big part of the scout team right now. It's not the first team I was ranking. Do you get to go against those first two guys, the eventual starters?
The scout team?
Yeah, well, you're on the scout team. Like, you're facing up the first offensive line.
I'm not on the scout team right now. Yeah, I was the first day when all the freshmen were, but yeah, I'm not on it right now.
So you got to take off scout team.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Why do you think you were taking off scout team?
I just think, you know, I've been showing the coaches that I can help the team win. You know, I just want to be a good teammate and help the team win. I've been coming every day with that mindset, and I think they're starting to realize that I can be a positive to them when I'm on the field with the rest of the guys.
So you came out the gate with a 3.83 GPA.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
What have been your academic focuses, or do you have a career in mind?
Yes, sir. So I came into college having my mindset on trying to do computer science, you know, become a software engineer. But after going through summer courses and the first semester courses back in the spring, I passed all of them with good grades, but I realized I really don't like that type of stuff. Like, I can do coding, but it's not something I enjoy, unfortunately. So right now I'm switching to finance and gonna try to go down the path in that until I find something else that I like more. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life after football right now.
You're a freshman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the biggest thing that you feel like from day one of spring to now that you're like, I feel so much more confident about this part of my game?
I think right now, I would say my strike. I feel like every play, that's not my punch, yeah. I feel like every play, that's something I don't have to think about me doing because I've been, since the beginning of camp, I've been consistent with that. So I would say that's, what I'm most confident about, me getting out of my stance and just striking the offensive lineman with good extension and tight hands. So I think that's it.
You improved your weight room numbers since the last time you talked to us?
Probably not, to be honest. Just because camp, we don't lift too much during camp. So probably not. They're probably about the same right now. But after the season, I'll get those up for sure, though. Yes, sir.
Well, this is the end of your first college training camp. I mean, how do you feel? Are you tired? Are you relieved to be done with it? I mean, how do you feel right now?
I would say I am relieved, if I'm being honest, but I'm excited. I'm just excited because I made it through. I improved. And, I mean, camp is hard, but it's the best thing for us. It was the best thing for me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge mentally and it's a challenge physically, too. And I feel like I overcame that. So I'm just really excited to get into the season knowing that I just accomplished what I accomplished. Because I see that as an accomplishment going through camp and consistently improving. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the season. I'm glad I finished up healthy.
Can you comment on the mental challenge that game presents for you?
Yes, sir. So mentally, it's just, for being honest, it's hard waking up every day, having to practice 3-4 days, sometimes 5-6 days in a row. I mean, that's hard. Finishing one practice, your body's all banged up, you're tired, and knowing that you got to do that again the next day, then do it again the next day, then do it again the next day. So mentally, it's definitely a challenge, but I also see it as an opportunity to get mentally tougher, and that's something I think I got a lot tougher mentally, because I overcame it, and everyone has to, and everyone did. So I think, it just teaches the team toughness camp.
What's a big difference between you and Jahsir? Maybe something you notice that he does well or he does differently compared to your style?
Jahsir, he's a dog. He's a bigger D tackle in terms of weight, but he has really good feet. And I'm not saying I have bad feet, but his game, you may be surprised by this, but his game is more finesse, and my game is more power. Now, if you look at him, you would think he's probably a power guy, considering how bigger he is. But yeah, he's more finesse, and I'm more power. So that's like the biggest difference. In the pass rush, I'm bull rushing guys, and he's doing finesse moves and stuff. In the run game, he's doing more finesse stuff, and I'm hunkering down and trying to win my gap. But he's a dog.
How often do you guys go off each other or talk to each other about the different things that you do in practice?
A lot, because Coach Dallas, he put our table in the D-line meeting room. We sat at the same table, me and him. So it's awesome because we're going through the same stuff right now, trying to learn the same stuff and adjust to the same challenges. So we always bounce ideas back and forth from each other. If he does something bad, he tells me about it. If I do something bad, I tell him about it, and then we fix it so we can do something good. And that's every single day.
It looks like he would probably have some lower body strength. Is he close to you on the squat?
He has a good squat. He has a real good squat, but I'm not sure what his squat is, to be honest with you. He has a good squat. Because he came in, he came in later. I've been here since the spring, so I haven't been able to – we don't work out in the same group, so I don't really get to watch, what he does. But he's a strong dude, strong lower half for sure.
It can be tough to get on the field as a true freshman on the defensive line. That certainly sounds like you'll see some playing time this year. What have you shown your coaches over the course of spring and summer that you think has given them that confidence in you?
I just feel like I've shown them that I can help the team, and that's my biggest goal, And coming into camp, I kind of wanted to switch my mindset into I wanted to be a guy that my teammates can trust on that field, one of the 11, and be like, I trust that guy to do his job. I trust that guy to play hard and do what he needs to do to help us win. So I think the coaches are seeing that, and I've changed my mindset about that. Not that I had a bad mindset about that, but I try to focus more on helping the team every single day, just hoping my play will help the team win. And I think the coaches are starting to see that. So,
What's Ghost like?
Ghost?
Yeah.
He's a freak. In the way that he's a small guy, right? He's not real heavy at all. He's light. You say he's undersized, but when it comes to football, he's probably the best football player I've ever seen. And I'm not, over-exaggerating that. What he can do at his body weight, I don't think anyone else can do that because, he kills people pass rush. Completely kills people in the pass rush. And in the run, you wouldn't think he'd be able to do much, but he's stout in the run too because of how good he is with his technique. His technique is perfect. Every rep, it's perfect. He doesn't slip up much at all. So, he's freakishly talented.
What gives you the toughest time on the offensive line when you're bull rushing a guy?
The toughest part about that?
Resistance you get from which line?
Which person? Let me see. I would say BJ Williams. He's real strong. His numbers are similar to my squat numbers are similar to mine in the weight room, and he brings that out on the field every day. And he has a real, strong, stout lower half as well. And he plays with leverage, and he likes to jump set. So you can't really. It's hard to bull rush against someone who gets right in front of you because usually when you bull rush, you want to get a few steps in the ground and then use that velocity to kind of hit him and drive him back. He jumps right out in front of you from the snap count. So, yeah, you can't really do much with him because he's, in terms of bull rushing him, because he's just so good at stopping it.
Anything final?
Your name as the first cornerback, whenever we ask who the guys that are standing out, what have you been showing so far in the game?
I'm just trying to show consistency for real, showing I know how to do my job, and that I'm the guy that should be next up. Just making plays whenever the ball comes my way, and just trying to build the DB room.
What's the best thing you think you've shown so far throughout camp?
Really, my consistency, just trying to stack day by day, get better. Like there's one day where my footwork wasn't the best. I try to come back that next day and make sure that that's something I really key on and try to fix and just continue to grow.
How much of those three older safeties been helpful for you
Yeah, they've been really helpful. They have a year of experience on the field, so just hearing what they have to say, what they see, it helps me figure out, okay, if he's going to be here, this play, I have to play this type of way, and just knowing how, I have to go about the play.
Coach Narduzzi said that he feels like this year's team is a little more businesslike and serious compared to last year's team. Do you get that same sense?
Oh yeah, I do. Every day we always try. We always remember 3-9, and we don't want to feel that again. So every time we go out to the practice field, it's always competition. It's always physical. We're trying to make sure that we're ready for the first game and the games further on down the road.
You won 3 state championships in a row in high school.
Yes, sir.
How does being in such a successful program, a powerful program like that, help you in your college career?
Yeah, I just try to bring that same tradition over here. High school, knowing what it took to win, it's a little harder in college. So you try to bring whatever you know from high school for whatever you were taught in high school and try to bring it up to this level and, instill it into the young guys because, when I'm gone, those guys are going to be the next guys up. And, you want to help this program continue the culture and tradition that we've had.
Right now, you guys are the next guys up, right? You got 9 new starters on defense. Does it feel like I'm sure you're used to everybody now, but does it feel like kind of a new group, like a fresh group, fresh defense?
Yeah, it does, but at the same time, it feels like we've been together this whole time for real. It took a little while for us to, all gel together, but I feel like we all play as one out there now.
How has Coach Collins pushed you like that? I know you talk about consistency, but where ways he tries to dig into you to make you more consistent?
Yeah, he just tries to, tell me, be a leader, be the leader in the group, push the younger guys, be the example, don't be out there loafing because, they're watching you, they're watching everything I do. And so I take that as, just trying to be that guy that they can look to, what to do and how to do it right.
You just said that you guys up downs for every time someone loafs on defense.
Yeah.
You guys had that problem in the cornerback room at all?
It's definitely shortened down a lot since the first day. We have, it doesn't matter whether it's corner room, the safety room, linebacker room, D-line room, but every group's pretty much got lowered their numbers down for sure.
Does the team carry a big chip on their shoulder because of what happened last year?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. We don't want to feel that again, and we're trying to, you know, flip that record and take a couple losses off of that. And yeah, I'll just say, you know, we don't want to feel that again, and we want to go out and prove to people that, you know, we're a team that can compete and that we're one of those teams that should always be noticed.
Well, we'll talk about the aggression of this defense, the blitzing, the hitting. You guys are the corner. You guys are the safety valve. You're the one making sure that, hey, while y'all are being aggressive, we're out here working on islands. What has been your excitement to now finally get a chance to start and be that guy that protects everyone else?
Yeah, just making sure I do my 1 and 11. You know, not letting the runner get to the outside of me, making sure I hold my outside leverage. Because, you know, and then also as a corner, you know, just because you keep them inside doesn't, and you can say you did your job, isn't really good enough. Especially to Coach Collins, you know, he wants us to go make that play. So it's also, you know, just being physical, being there for the play when you need to, fitting in the run game when you need to, and of course doing our job in the back end pass-wise.
I would say you need to have a short memory of the corner. You know, especially when you live on islands, sometimes you get beat. Is that something that you've ever worked on, like having just being like, hey, I need to toss that out and get in the next play?
Yeah, I'll say from the first scrimmage, we had our little money down situation where the offense, they started pretty close to the goal line, and Kenny had caught a pass on me early on that day. He scored, and, you know, it was just one of those things where I had to let it go and, you know, finish up the scrimmage. And I ended up finishing the scrimmage pretty well. I ended up getting player of the day on defense, and I didn't even know I did. I just happened to figure out in the meeting. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, you know, at corner, at DB in general, any position, you know, you don't want to think about that last play because that can definitely take you off for the rest of the game for real.
How many picks do you have in camp?
I have 2 so far.
You stay in contact with Marquez and AJ and MJ?
Yeah, I try to as much as I can. I know they're pretty busy, especially MJ and AJ in the league now. Shout out to those guys. You know, whenever I can, reach out to them, say congrats, or if I need any type of advice from them, you know, they're always there for me.
What did they teach you about playing corner?
Just to be patient. Throughout these past 2 years, they've always just been there for me, whatever question I had. Like, if I asked them, like, well, what did you see here? Why did you play it like this? They told me, and that helped me figure, okay, they played it like this, so now knowing my skill set and how I play, I can play it this certain way, and that can help me go make a play.
What have you seen from Rashad Battle? I know you guys were from Georgia. He's been injured these past 2 years, so I'm excited to get out on the field with him this year.
Oh, no, that's going to be pretty cool. I remember the first time I met Shad, it was my sophomore year of high school, and we had a little padded camp, and I'm a little scrawny, 150, 160 corner. That was my first year starting in high school, and I just see this big dude walking out there at corner. I'm like, who is this? Like, and I think I remember seeing him on Twitter throughout those times in high school, but that was my first time seeing him. He was a pretty big physical guy back then, so it's just cool to see how it all comes around full circle, and now we'll be on the field together.
The Steelers used to have an offensive line named Wayne Gandy. You know him?
I don't, but that's very interesting to know that there's someone with my last name.
Yeah, he's from Florida.
Nah.
Okay, just check.
Yeah.
It was back to like 2001.
It's really wild, though.
Yeah, I feel like I probably know him. I feel like my dad or my mom would have told me about him by now.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your biggest expectation for this defense? Like the biggest thing that you guys want to achieve? You know, I know aggression has been like the theme, but like getting out there, your first game, setting that tone. What do you think is going to be the calling card?
Yeah, relentless effort. You know, whatever happens, like if a big play happens, let that go. Give the defense another chance, you know, get a stop out there. Even if they're in field goal range, we're trying to get them out of field goal range now. Just moving on to that next play and trying to keep them out the end zone.
We've heard a lot about how the up-tempo offense that you guys are now practicing against since spring, how it's challenged like linemen, linebackers. But how's it challenge you guys as corners? Whereas, like, you know, the big guys, you know, they're dealing with the up-tempo, but you also have to think really quickly as they're setting their lineup. How's it challenge you guys as corners?
Yeah, Coach Collins always emphasizes us to, you know, get home, get lined up, because you never want to get caught walking back to the line or just getting set, because you're never really going to be able to, you know, get your mind right to what you have to do on that play. You know, get home, get a line, figure out what formation they're in, and, you know, go from there. Just make sure you're comfortable and not stressed out during that process.
This corner consistently find you usually just sticking to one side, or inside, short side of the court, you find receiver around that.
I think that pretty much goes like just week by week for whoever we're playing. there might be times where he wants us left and Coach Collins wants us left and right, and there might be times he wants us boundary filled. It just kind of depends.